health plays a big role as a father. You know, I want my kids obviously to be as healthy as they can. You know, that gives me some type of security and a peace of mind as a father, knowing that my kids are healthy, but teaching them healthy habits, you know, making sure they understand, you know, eating what comes from the earth, you know, trying to understand how to grow their own food, and, you know, understanding, you know, how to read the back of food labels, understanding things that they're putting into their body. So trying to expose them, you know, to sometimes some things that we weren't always so exposed to in the African American community. So making sure that our kids know that and approach that in the right way is something that's big for me. So my personal message for fathers on Father's Day, man, is, man, I appreciate you all. You know, as a black man and as black fathers, you know, sometimes we feel unappreciated sometimes, but from one black man to another, I know I appreciate you guys. Man, I love you all, and continue to do the great things as you do and raise that next generation, because as black men and as black fathers, you know, we got to be that strong stability system, not just for our families, but for ourselves as well.
Health, men's health is so important. I think back to my own father, who, when I was in high school, had a heart attack, and that forever altered our family. So health is very important. Obviously, we've got to take care of our heart health, watch out for diabetes and high blood pressure, and also take care of our mental health. All of those things are very important because we as fathers are role models for our children. And we want to make sure that our children are healthy and stay healthy and have healthy habits. I wish each and every one of you a happy Father's Day, and I'm so thankful for the great work that the Center for Closing the Health Gap is doing. Take care and be well.
It's important to be healthy and active, especially as you have younger kids. It is important to stay involved in what they're doing, getting to be an example to them. So when they see that you are doing the right thing with regards to what you eat, your activity level, your alcohol or smoking habits, these definitely impact long-term what your children will do. Happy Father's Day to all.
Me being healthy determines the outcome of my whole family, because I am the rock of the family. So therefore, it is very important for me to take my health serious so that I will be around to make sure that I can provide, you know, teach them and guide and assist on spiritual journey, you know, as well as physical. So, you know, me taking it serious to be healthy tries to help me preserve a long existing life so that I can be around to protect and take care of my family. To all the fathers out there, it's one of the most privileged honors that a man could have is to become a father. So I just want to say to you, happy Father's Day from old school Lando.
Health plays a big role in being a father, because if you ain't healthy, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You can't protect or you can't provide if you know what I'm saying, you can't do nothing if you incapacitated as a father. And from my research as being a chef and working with the community, I see that most of the disparities or illnesses that we deal with are all based on what we decide to do ourselves. It has to do a lot to do with our diets, our food. So if we had that much control over this, I think it's being more knowledgeable about our health and how our body works and how we relate to food and what is the optimal prescription for us for eating, you know. I think we need to know that information as fathers and for our families so that we can provide the best for them. My personal message to fathers for Father's Day would be to know who you is. A woman's place is already solidified in this world because they give life to everybody. You know, they're the ushers to existence. But we have to provide and protect that situation. So we have to produce in this world. That's where our worth is. Fathers have to produce. And so figure out who you are, identify with your swag, and, you know, put something on the line for your family. You know, connect with your God power and utilize it, you know, achieve. That's what you're here for. We gotta be solid, we gotta be solid, we gotta be solid. So stand up, happy Father's Day. I love y'all.
Health plays into the role as a father for me. I have two children. I have a son who's 22 and a daughter who's 18. My son is a ROTC Marine kid who's all jacked up, and he's actually a very good inspiration for me. He started out as a very thin kid, and now because of his role in the Marines, he's become very muscular and very health conscious. And then my daughter, she's also very cognizant of the things that she does. So trying to be a role model to them and also being inspired by them allows me to want to stick around and be around for them and to see what they do moving forward. So it's very important for me to maintain my health and to try to give them some inspiration so that they can maintain their health and also take an inspiration from them. My message to all men out there is to try to stay as healthy as possible, making sure that you understand that despite what you may think, your family does need you and they want you around. And it's important for us as dads to be there for our family and to make sure that we have the opportunity to see our kids grow and prosper. Also, as the head of women's health here at the University of Cincinnati, it's also important for me to say, for all of us men, to also help our female partners stay as healthy. And I want to wish not only a happy Father's Day to the men, but a happy health day to all the women out there.
My role directly as a father has very little in terms of healthcare. I have a grown son, but he has children. And my grandchildren are the reason I need to stay healthy now. They're somewhere between 13 and 9, and they always have activities they'd like for me to do. And I have to remain in good health to be able to engage with them and to be comfortable competing with them. As far as my message, I think that one, you should show your love and willingness to communicate with your children. I think that's paramount. Now, there's a special situation for young African American males, especially somewhere between 13 and 15, when the hormones are kicking in, and that is their psyche. I would wonder how my psyche would be if I were in that age group today. And on TV, every other night or every night, there's some killing by sometimes law enforcement of these kids who have not been found to have committed a crime. They're at risk, what appears to be predominantly simply for being Black. And as a result of that, that would affect my psyche quite a bit if I were that age group. So one has to be compassionate with your adolescent male children. I think there are two issues with it. One, to avoid dangerous situations in general, and you need to have the talk. And I think all African American males, I know my age, know the talk that you would have with your kids. But in addition to the talk, anger management, especially for these adolescent males, are extremely important, because the dog whistle is that we or they sometimes kill each other as much as they're killed by authorities. So I think that could be eliminated if you would spend considerable time with anger management. I think that if I were to be forced with the knowledge that something could be done to me and the person would not be held accountable, and accountability is the issue. And those are things to resolve. So that would work my psyche. So I would make sure that my child, especially my male child and adolescents, would be aware of those things and how to comport themselves appropriately. The only thing that's important at the end of the day is that they come home and they come home safely. Not right, wrong, who, what, where, when. Other problems can be resolved over time, but that to me is paramount. And without being so pragmatic, showing my love for kids, and especially those who be my children, I would just say to all who can hear this, Happy Father's Day.